What's up, y'all? Billy from Perma Pastures Farm. Are you one of those people out there that is realizing, okay, the world is on shaky ground, things are weird, things are crazy, things are upside down, and you don't know where to start? You're thinking, okay, we have gasoline generators out there, we have diesel generators, we have solar generators, we have all these different kind of generators over there, but which one makes sense for me? Well, there's a reason why I'm standing next to this box right here, because we're going to unbox this and we're going to show you what's in it. So why this system? Look, y'all, almost have 30 years in the IBEW. I'm a journeyman electrician, been one a long, long time. Not everybody's going to have that background, and I get it. So this is a plug-and-play system that can absolutely positively power your whole house. In fact, we're going to do it today, and I'm literally going to try and blow this thing up. I'm literally going to try and blow it up, and we'll see if I can do it. Because I'm going to give it the old college try in a way that I've never done before. Now, why on earth am I talking about something like this right now? Okay, I did manage, and like a number of other people, I'm one of the lucky ones that lived through that hurricane that came through western North Carolina. But unlike a lot of other people out there that got through the other side and said, well, that's going to be once in a couple of 100 years, I'm not that guy. And I know a lot of you out there aren't that person either. And considering the crazy things that are going on in this world right now, I'm thinking, okay, I need backup to my backup to my backup. And just in full disclosure, yes, I do have multiple generators that run on gasoline, propane, you name it. But let me tell you what the number one problem was that I ran into. And I don't think I even publicly talked about this except maybe in the podcast. Is yes, we got 500 gallons of propane out there in addition to the gasoline and the diesel and all the other stuff. But I'll tell you what, if that thing had gone on for another week, I'd have been in a bind. So I'm thinking, okay, what if I don't have access to those things? You know what I do have access to? Notwithstanding the fact that it's usually blocked out most days, I do have the sun. And that's the beauty of a unit like this HySolus unit, It's a 5K each one, and the beauty is that I can power this thing up like what you see here, and there's a reason why I have this cord. I'll come to that in a minute. It can be powered up through, a vehicle. It can be powered up through solar panels, and of course I got a bunch of them out there, but that's going to be a subsequent video. So why the expense in going through all this? Folks, I need something. You see all these refrigerators and freezers behind me? I will not consider this thing a success if it can't run all 9 of the refrigerators and freezers that I got running around here. Because really, when you get down to brass tacks, we grow our own food here. So that's kind of critical to me. If it did nothing else but power all those, I'll consider this a success. But like I said, we're going to go until this thing can't go anymore. This is the only one I've seen so far that could be set up 3-phase. 3-phase 240. Who's ever even heard of that? I don't know of too many people that are doing anything like that. But you can have it as 120, or in the configuration I have right now, is 240 volts. And the reason, and I've talked about this extensively, and this is one of the biggest problems a lot of people run into, is that you buy, let's say, a single unit or another unit that's very, very inexpensive, and it doesn't give you 240 volts. Well, I got news for you. If you got a well, it ain't working. Okay, bottom line, it's just not going to work. So you got to have that 240 volts. There's other systems in your house, like let's say your water heater, that's going to run on 240. Your stove, those are things that are less critical in an outage. But it is kind of handy to have if you do require them. Your dryer, all those things, I would like to think that most people in a situation like that, you're going to be less concerned about your dryer and cooking a casserole than you are, some of your more critical items. But the well, to me, is absolutely critical, even though we have multiple ways to get water around here. So, to charge it up in this configuration that I have right now, it's really this simple. So from the back of it, you plug these into here, and then this 50 amp goes into the wall. So you're going to need help from an electrician to do that. As far as your discharge, it comes out on this end, okay? Another 50 amp. And what I just literally came back from the hardware store with, I think I picked this right up off the shelf at one of them, is this is basically an RV hookup. It's really that simple. I'm just going to hook this into here, and then take the other end, hook it into the wall that I have prepared over there, and then of course we'll see exactly how many things we can put on this thing. Other cool features is like right here on top, you can charge your cell phones in the DC configuration. I mean, you gotta love this. So this thing has so many bells and whistles that I could leave you in the dust just talking about it. I've been at this a long, long time, and I'm telling you folks, I mean, if it's in a situation of where you need to power the house or just critical items, well, okay, you have the option for all of those things right here, okay? You have absolutely, I mean, you have 6 circuits right here, or you can just do the whole house like I'm gonna do it right now. Folks, I'm not even gonna kid you. I have multiple ways to do, as I said a moment ago, I have multiple ways to do everything. Just like in permaculture, we always talk about, you know, we never just grow one cultivar of let's say a peach. We grow multiple cultivars because not one single point of failure will keep you in the dust. And that's the reason for having some big boys like this. And they even have expansion batteries. Folks, I mean, you could quite literally, look, forget about the preparedness thing. I mean, there's a lot of folks that I know that are off the grid. Maybe this is the way you want to go about it. Set up the solar array. I got 8 panels out there right now that just need to go up. So you have multiple options, and I'm all about having those. So I've already gotten this thing charged up, so let me just go ahead and turn it on. I'm going to hit the inverter in the back. I'm just going to push a couple of buttons here, and then you're going to see the display come up here in the front. I'm just got to give it a second here. And there we go. So just with a click of a button, I mean, they made this thing about as plug and play as you could ever hope. And the cool thing is that you're almost certainly going to have questions when you deal with a system like this. And they have people that are waiting online, honestly, that'll get you squared away, because I needed some help with some couple of things. So I'm just going to turn the inverter on. We get the battery on, and then you'll see the battery turn green here. Okay, green, green. Okay, so when I check my discharge on this side, I mean, you don't necessarily, that's basically telling me it's ready to rock and roll. Let me bust out my meter here, and let's see what we got. Should be 240 volt. There we go, right at about 240. So I know this thing is hopping and popping. All right, now the only thing left for me to do is I'm going to unwrap this, plug it into the house. I'm going to turn off the main power, and then we're going to see what this thing can do. We're still on regular commercial power, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn everything off. Okay, that's everything off. So now I'm going to turn off the main breaker coming in. It's off. I'm going to basically get this thing connected in, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. Okay, you ready? All right, so we got everything. It's kind of hobbled in right now, but hey, I know what I'm doing. Anyway, we're going to get this interlock going and get that going. Now, first things first. It may be a power outage, so the first most critical thing I should have right now, if I don't have a headlamp, which I'm not a big fan of, is some lights. So let's get that going. Now, I told you before that I will consider this, if all I run is the refrigerator and the freezer, this will be a success to me. So let's just go ahead and start with that. We're going to get all the freezers turned on. First, let's start with the fridge in the house. And let's try the freezer here. Yep, hear the compressor kicking. There's another one. Another one. Oh, here's a couple. There's one. And the lights ain't even flickering. I mean, that's fantastic. Here's another one. Here's another one. Okay. So let's just kind of get everything a second there and let it do its thing, and we'll move on and try some other things. Because also, remember what's critical to me is I have got to have water. Like I said, we got multiple places and ways to get water, but hey, this is critical to me. So I'm going to run down the water inside because I absolutely have the well pump off, because I want that thing to be kicking. Like I said, the idea is to try to blow this thing up. Wish it wasn't in the garage though. But anyway, here we go. Let me see that may be your mom calling. every refrigerator, every freezer is absolutely doing what it's supposed to. I mean, it's working exactly as it ought to. Everything's doing what it should. So what are the other critical items for me? Well, that's going to be the well pump. William and I went inside and flushed the toilet a few times, made sure that when I turn this thing on, it's going to have a surge. So let's see if this blows it up. Lights blinked a little bit, but you're probably going to have 125% of its rated capacity on startup for a lot of things, so that's not abnormal. Still, everything's going fine. Okay, let's see what else we can do. So what are the other critical items? I mean, you may need rooms. You may have rooms in your house. Despite what everybody says, your light bulbs really don't use that much, but in a tactical situation, it wouldn't be the number one thing I'm going for. So let's put those on. The switches are already turned inside there. So let's see here. Yep, bathroom, all of it. So all the lights are on. Okay, so the only thing that isn't on right now is the range or your oven. That's not on. That's not a critical item for me. Crawl space, not critical, but if I need it, hey, it's there. Okay, everything is hopping and popping. Let's go back to the unit and see how it's holding up. All right, right now we're at 66%. When I started this thing, I didn't even charge it all the way up. I had it at 67. It's running 9 refrigerators and freezers. The well, which is still pumping right now, and we're still doing fine. And I mean, I don't have the solar panels on. I don't have any expansion batteries. I don't have anything. This thing is absolutely, having tried other units, I mean, wow, this thing is doing fantastic. And like I said, we're at 66 right now. Now, here's where, okay, so I got 2 AC units on this house. So we're about to see if we can blow this thing up because each one of those is pulling 30 amps. Let's give it a shot. So let's see what we got here. Ain't gonna worry about the range. Sub panel we got upstairs. I mean, that's a panel we got upstairs. Okay, it's 100 amp. I'll turn it on, even though there's really not much on it. In full disclosure, not gonna worry about the water heater right now. Ain't gonna worry about the dryer. But let's just say it's a real nasty day. We got a unit for the upstairs and one for the downstairs. Let's just give it a shot. So I'm gonna put this one on. And we're gonna go turn. I'm fully expecting this thing to say, okay, uncle, I quit. But I'm kind of blown away right now. Let's go turn this thing on. Let's go look at the unit. Let's make sure everything's running. All right, so here we are. That might be a bridge too far. We're pulling quite a bit on just running 9 refrigerators and freezers. The well, this to me is a massive win. And I went over and checked it a moment ago, and it's still right at 66%. So I mean, that's pretty darn impressive to be doing all of that right now. I got no complaints. But trying to put on 2 AC units on top of it, no, you're going to have to shed something else. Meaning, you're going to have to turn something else off to have the benefit of that. Now, what I've done in the past is that I did, you know, once those refrigerators and freezers are up to temp, and it helps if they're full, they can maintain that overnight. So if you wanted to run your AC overnight and then turn everything else off, okay, you got that option. But I'm not so sure I'm willing to bleed all of the power out of that thing just for one added little creature comfort. So clearly I'm not going to worry about the superfluous stuff out there. I'm going to worry about the things that are very, very critical to me. And these are the things that are critical to me. So yeah, let's get over here and take a look at it. All right, y'all, I ain't going to lie. This thing is the cat's meow. And I mean the cat's meow. It's still maintaining. I mean, it's at 65 and it's running everything in here. Absolutely everything. So I got 0 complaints about this. I mean, for this thing to be running 9 refrigerators and freezers alone is pretty darn impressive. And it's like, it's like, okay, what else you got for me? It's like it doesn't even care. Fantastic. I mean, and then other things, even like the freeze dryer over there, I got it on. And it's, you know, little things like that, big things, your lights. I mean, it doesn't even matter. This thing can handle it all. And I love the options that you get with it, where I can have this thing already ready, charged up, you know, with AC power, or I could have it on a, you know, solar backup, which I'll do in time. I mean, I got zero complaints. This thing is the cat's meow. Now, it's not going to be as inexpensive as a lot of the other units out there, but frankly, I don't even care these days, because to me, a better investment of the money I do have is going into things like this, or getting new tires on your vehicle, or getting the brakes done, because Lord knows the US dollar ain't worth two dead flies. So I'm going to put what money I have into things like this, things that really, really move the needle in my life and really matter. So I don't have a discount code or anything like that, folks. I mean, it's just, this is what it is, and this thing is absolutely fantastic. All right? Give it a shot. Check it out for yourself. I'll leave a link for it down below. Folks, you're going to be glad you checked them out. Honestly, this thing is the cat's meow. All of the people you talk to on the phone are right here in the United States of America. Everybody you need is going to be in, you know, just calling distance away, and they are fantastic as far as getting you squared away with all the bells and whistles that you may not know about. All right, folks, check it out. You're going to be glad you did. Until next time, and I mean this, stay alert, stay alive.